Hello, and welcome to Goats and Gamebots, the unlicensed and completely uncalled for Survivor podcast. I'm Jack Juice Pickard, winner of Survivor Saints vs. Sinners and rightful heir to the Propes Tribal Council stump. I'm also joined by my co-hosts, Chess Grandmaster Zach Madsen.
You fell right into my gambit.
And fucking wise guy, Andrew Terzigny.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Gabagool.
Today, we continue dragging Andrew through our 40-season Survivor binge. This episode, we're talking about Season 21, Survivor Jimmy Johnson. So if you don't want that spoiled...
Got nothing for you. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
I waited for a second, like, oh, that's me.
If you don't want that spoiled, why are you here?
Yeah, get out of here. 40 seasons, 3 goofballs, 1 pointless podcast. Hey, already off to a really strange start. I'm sure this is going to be a strange ep.
It should be, you know. I think it's a weird season, and we're on some weird shit. Anyways,
yeah.
Let's go.
Only fitting. Only fitting.
Gabagool was said within the first minute.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a theme.
Telling.
Episode title will probably have gabagool in it.
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
You know, the bashoot and the salam to go with it.
Yeah, and right before we started recording, my microphone broke, so it is currently taped on. So it's already the chaotic energy is seeping out of this season and infecting the studio.
You love it.
So
and truly, what a chaotic season. I mean, good God. You have a Gemini winner, a Virgo runner-up, Sagittarius, Scorpio cusp third. That says it all, right?
Yeah,
am I right, guys?
What a final three for us in particular. You know what I mean?
It almost completely represents all of us. The only difference is Andrew's just a regular Saggy. No Scorpio.
Just the normal old
costume.
If there was a Survivor, you know, not Jimmy Johnson, but maybe a Juicy J, or just a Goats and Gamebot Survivor, I think the final three would just be us.
Yeah.
With the same trajectories as these people. Zach is winning.
By one vote.
By a vote. I'm close, but I am also a fucking awful person. But it's mainly to kickstart my country music career.
Yes. Obviously.
And then Andrew is the questionably gay.
Is he gay? Is his girlfriend?
Third place.
And I really thought I won.
Yeah, but you're like confident.
In reality, I got no votes.
Yeah, the mastermind. I think it's a very Goats and Gamebots season for us.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
So many memorable moments. Like
that one,
the zip line,
the other one,
the thing that happened,
and nothing else really.
True. Yeah. Danny on the zippy though, that was.
This is going to be a tough one to fill an hour. That's the main struggle with this one. Is normally we have no problem talking like 20 minutes about gorilla and elephant debates, but in this, like, where do we go? Go girl, give us nothing. We have nothing to go off.
We start with the Medallion of Power.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
Forgot that was even part of the season.
Yeah, because that's a big part of the season, right? Yeah. It just dropped off.
I've forgotten everything about this season.
Yeah.
Truly. And part of that is because we probably finished it 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe.
We started it on 5/26.
Shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were slacking with this one. But we were also busy with Bonanza.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sorry. You guys got your content.
Yeah, well, we kind of said we were going to refresh after the first 20 anyways. Yeah. We did. We had a little time, and not a season we were trying to binge. So
you know what?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Crawl out your own butts. Was that familiar?
Oh, from The Good Place?
Yeah.
And jump up your own butts.
Close. Yeah, crawl is a much different verb.
Close enough.
But yeah, no, this was a tough season to sludge through. But yeah, the Medallion of Power absolutely fell flat on its face. What was that?
Yeah, truly
just like a guaranteed win. It was like, okay, hang on to it just to let the other team.
I mean, using the word power is a good example because it was arguably too much power.
Yeah,
it was way too powerful of a twist. Yeah, when it was used.
And half the time it wasn't used because there was a strategy element of just trying to keep the other team from doing it.
Right. And they're just like, all right, we're taking it away.
Yep.
That's it.
All right, that didn't. We got a feel for it. We realized no.
We realized what we should have realized from the get-go. Nope.
But I think the thing to keep in mind though is like. I'm not going to defend this. Let me say, first and foremost, I will never defend the Medallion of Power. That's one of the worst twists Survivor has ever done. But secondly, even a good twist is not going to go over well with a group of people like they were working with in this season.
With these fucking
If you try and-
young ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, if you debut anything in a season filled with stinkers and duds, like that's what you get.
You get a dud.
The advantage is going to fall flat on its face. Even like idols in a season that's kind of boring, like this one.
Yeah.
Idols really didn't come into play until like at the very end. And I think that's a result of just really shitty casting.
Bad casting.
Yeah, people that don't get it. So it was never going to go over well with these people.
Yeah.
But also the other thing that like it's easy to forget this season did was an old versus young thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do we think about that kind of the theme itself and also the way that this season executed?
That and your addition of the MOP.
Yeah.
The mop.
The mop.
Yeah. Mop.
It just doesn't. It's guaranteed to destroy the old people
Oh yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Well, I think it was maybe meant to give the old people an advantage.
But they didn't. The
They
old
couldn't
people,
win it.
1, didn't use it,
Yeah.
and 2, didn't get it.
Yeah. There was that one challenge where they had to throw like something in a barrel and they used it and they only
Yeah.
had to get 1 in versus like 4 or something like that, which again is like a guaranteed win.
Yeah.
Right.
If you get a certain lead.
Yeah. You
but
just
it was-
have to not be a mess of a team to be guaranteed a win.
Yeah. And as for the old versus young thing, I think again Panama even did it better.
Yeah. Second time this has
old
been
guys, young guys, old ladies, young ladies, like that in my opinion has a lot more. That's more interesting than just young versus old. Or I mean that said, millennials versus Gen X is one, and I think that even does the same thing better. It's just more specific in terms of these are traits to a specific generation instead
Yeah.
of just
Old
oldies and
people.
youngies. Yeah.
Gray hair and still has color in hair.
Yeah. And they just got
Great
people.
title for a season.
Yeah, Survivor, white hair versus
Hair with color still
yeah,
in it.
bald folks. Let's see how they do.
Baldies versus flowies. You get that hair.
That's people with
the
hair
old
flowing.
flow. Yeah.
Mhm.
You have to have hair to have a flow.
Versus Fabios.
Versus the Fabios. Which, speaking of Fabio, my first note, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it says Andrew picked Fabio after 30 seconds.
It was the first confessional.
Yeah.
The entire
Wow,
season.
I did?
You
And
did.
you went, yeah, you joked because I also wrote it down.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What'd I say?
Fabio's first confessional, and you went, he's winning.
Yeah, you did. I remember this now
Which
even
is
better.
hilarious because it was the first guy that came on
Yeah.
screen, and you were saying it just to be funny, but it really was because I wrote it down too.
He's winning.
We
Yeah.
were just like, that'd be crazy. wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then but you totally pinned
Yeah,
it.
you called it. Which is, I mean, I kind of, when you said it, almost wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
It's such a stupid season, so why not?
Yeah,
The first
why
guy who
wouldn't it
comes
be
on
the
screen
first?
ends up being the winner. Which
Yeah.
now, looking back, kind of silly for Survivor. Or maybe, strategic.
Yeah.
First guy to talk, you connect with him. Oh, he wins? Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a good win, too. I know
Yeah.
we'll get to that, but
And
We
I
will.
mean,
Solid win.
well, the interesting
Move
thing,
on.
yeah, we'll talk about the edit, but he is featured in the first couple episodes a lot, and then in the last couple episodes a lot, and then you kind of forget he's there in the middle because you're just concerned with
Yeah.
everybody else that you hate, and you forget about the guy that you like. They establish right away he's a good guy, you like him, he's the winner the second that you see him, and then he comes back in the last step like, hey, remember me, and then
I've
like
been here
wins.
the whole time.
Yeah, and you're like, okay,
oh no, I
but,
have
like
to win
yeah.
4 immunities in a row.
best timeline, but also like a very strange one. He just like dipped in the middle. But yeah. Also, some of the other aesthetics that may be worth mentioning. Nicaragua as a country. How did we feel about the setting of Nicaragua? Because again,
this was shot in
yeah,
Nicaragua,
this was
wasn't it?
yeah, it's not
I forget
actually.
that Survivor Jimmy Johnson was shot in Nicaragua.
Because they called it Survivor Jimmy Johnson,
Yeah.
which I thought was a little weird.
all
I
the
do think it's
promotional
weird.
materials. all-
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
considering he goes out very, very,
Very early.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But yes,
you got that star power.
yeah, it's true. It was whatever. It was a place, right?
Yeah,
They went somewhere.
it was a place.
That's how I feel.
It wasn't Fiji.
Was not PG.
Yeah.
In my opinion, of all the locations, this is the most visually uninteresting one we've ever been to. It
Yeah.
is mud and sticks.
Mud and
Yeah.
sticks.
I mean,
think-
monkeys show up, and I'm a big fan of monkeys. So personally, the little Jimmy Johnson monkey crossover, big fan of that.
No one can say that they didn't go to a place that had monkeys.
That's true.
That's crazy.
So that's, it bumps it a few points in my book for being monkey tangential.
There's water and monkeys, and what more do you need?
Yeah. But aside from that, location-wise, it sucked.
Location, I mean, it is what it is. And you know me, I don't pay attention to that shit. Just like Tribal Council. What?
Yeah.
This one, though, wait, maybe I'm thinking of
the Tribal
Redemption
Council?
Island, yeah. Does the Tribal Council have a roof this season?
No, it doesn't.
It's in an old, knocked-down fort.
Yeah.
Season sucks.
Season sucks.
Again, the thing I like about this Tribal Council is the fact that they walk out through a graveyard.
That is cool. That's the only cool thing about it.
You as our resident, do you have a opinion on this tribal, or just kind of whatever?
Mostly bland. The graveyard thing is pretty fucking sick.
See, I think of the redeeming qualities this season, the Tribal Council is one of the only few.
It's not
actually
bad.
kind of a cool Tribal Council.
It's definitely not bad. It's just like,
It's like the Pearl Island ones, that like cliff Spanish fort one, but the graveyard thing is a nice little touch.
Yeah, that is a good.
Yeah.
It is kind of symbolic of the season where, with the Tribal Council being so tight, cool, right? It's graveyard sick. And you walk into actual travel, you're like, oh, this is not that exciting.
Yeah.
It's just like this season.
Yeah.
Starts off, you're like, ooh, all right.
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson's here.
Yeah.
Is that Jimmy Johnson walking through the graveyard right now?
I would have loved it if all their promotional materials were like trying to stretch the 3 episodes of content they got out of Jimmy Johnson to make it look like he like made it really deep. Yeah. Yeah, so it's the merged tribe, and he's like photoshopped in the background. Yeah.
It's like a picture of him coaching like the Cowboys. But it does not look like it should belong in that photo.
They get real coaching
It's
video.
a picture of young Jimmy Johnson, but like the survivors' faces are very poorly photoshopped over.
He played football, right? Like way back in the day. They get some actual like game footage of him juking people out. And,
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. It's like that video of Nick where he's everybody at Tribal Council, but it's Jimmy Johnson.
Nick.
Yeah.
One vote Nick. One vote Nick. One vote Nick.
The other things this season, the tribe names, we had LaFleur.
Oh yeah, suck it, LaFleur.
LaFleur, yeah. Who did their little dance thing.
Oh yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
They did their little dance thing, and Jeff was like, okay.
Yeah, Jeff was unimpressed.
All right, let's go.
Cool.
Espada was the old people tribe.
Asada taco.
Asada.
Yeah. And then, of course, the merged tribe name, Libtard.
Oh, yeah.
Liberdad, yeah. Which means liberty, but it looks just like Libtard.
It looks just like Liberty, freaking Libtard.
The entire
Bunch
time.
of libs.
Yeah.
Y'all just are a bunch of libtards.
Yeah, with the North
libs.
Carolina crew there that are, like, very anti...
Yeah, Chase Rice is definitely conservative. You can tell me otherwise.
He better not show his libtard face back in North Carolina anymore.
Anti-mask.
Yeah. There was like a competition for the state of Carolina happening this whole season.
There was no competition.
Oh, yeah. True.
Jane's the queen in North Carolina.
That's true.
And the queen of the season, according to the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to you, the fans.
According to sprinting.
Sprinting. I just got done sprinting.
Yeah. But I think all that is adequate enough for our aesthetics for the season.
Let's keep moving.
Let's just keep it moving into Outwit, which is usually our characters. And I think, the big thing to note this season is that all of them are stinkers.
Everybody sucked.
It's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
It's that there are maybe 1 or 2 bright spots. I can't even think of them off my head.
I'd say people have particular
Mayaka,
moments.
pretty good. I like that.
Mayonk.
She's great.
Heroes at it.
One of the non-stinkers in this season. Like when she tackled the person with the best friend.
Yeah. Very
Or took
fun.
all that fruit.
It's so brave of her.
So brave.
Yeah.
People have their moments in this season,
That's it.
but
As a
overall,
whole.
they're mostly garbage.
Yeah. Or even like Fabio. It's like he'll have a really good beginning, really good ending, and then in the middle it was just consumed by stank. Like all the stinkers were stinking so hard that the
Camera couldn't look away.
non-smelly things couldn't, there's no
So-
chance for any other odor.
I think what you're
This
saying
metaphor
is
sucks.
this season needed more Fabio.
Yeah, I do think.
We should have just concentrated on Fabio. getting smoke in his eyes and tripping over shit.
Half this season...
I would rather watch that.
Yeah, right? Half this season was us rooting against people. Like, preying on the downfall of Sash and Chase.
Shannon?
And Nay and Shannon. And like we're rooting against people rather than rooting for anybody. Which is never a good sign. And our favorite moments were bright spots that I feel like we made bright. For example, Dan Lembo.
Dan on the Zippy?
Yeah, Dan on the Zippy.
You telling me Dan's on the Zippy?
Who actually in this season doesn't do shit. He's just there. But that's why he became a meme to us.
But he's so fun.
Well, and then we made him into a bright spot, but I don't think he naturally is. I think it was us being like, we need somebody to like. So we just latched on to Dan Lembo.
Right.
Did you see his reunion outfit?
Oh yeah, he was
I
looking
didn't.
good.
What was he wearing?
He's in a full tuxedo.
But
of course.
Slicked back hair.
Oh,
but
God.
The key moment. Dark, huge tan.
Yeah.
Very tan.
The key ingredient.
Yeah.
He's got a bow tie on. The bow tie
is not tied.
Is not tied.
It is not tied.
It is just wrapped around the top
the bow
button.
Is not tied.
Open. Chest hair. Popping out.
Man.
It's just
the sound effect.
Insane.
Yeah.
He looks like a mobster, but not a successful one.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm here for the gabagool.
A retired
Here for
one.
the gabagool.
Well, he just gives that vibe off the whole season, which I think is why, we naturally gravitate towards that accent anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like we default to Dan's accent.
Gabagool.
Yeah, and so just to watch him, so many moments from Dan.
Yeah.
So great.
Sitting in the high chair. Yeah, him in the big chair.
So this is what's so
legs.
funny about how he looks so intimidating, right? But he is such a silly person.
Yeah.
He's the silliest character in this whole season. The big chair, the zip line, which is what we're talking about when we say Dan on the Zippy. And just in challenges, like that one challenge when he had to throw the ball into the net and he just jumps and just barely throws it. He's just a goofy person.
Yeah.
And it's so contradictory to how he kind of presents himself.
Absolutely.
It's so fucking funny.
In that challenge, you're meant to throw the ball as you jump, and Dan runs to the edge, stops, throws the ball, and then does a Mario hop off the end and goes whee, and just straight into the water. And it's one of the most his throw is off, his jump is off, everything is off. And again, we just from that moment on, we were like, okay, Dan's where it's at. Dan Lembo is who we're latching on to.
So,
Dan on the Zippy.
Such an adorable little man.
What was the bit? We were doing Dan's voice. We love to do it, and we're just talking about this was the best day of my life.
Yeah, the Zippy.
I got to go to the zip line with all my best friends.
The Zippy.
I got to ride the Zippy.
Yeah. Man.
Dan on the Zippy.
Yeah.
Because he just looks like he's having such a good time.
Yeah.
His smile is so big, it could light up a room.
Yeah.
Or an entire forest.
Calm it down, Dan. Wildfires everywhere. But yeah, no, just a hilarious, as an archetype, so very silly. Fun to be the retired mobster guy who's just out there in his his $1,000 shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why bring those to the beach?
They were $1,600.
$1,600? Okay. Pardon me. Misspoke.
Why bring those to Survivor?
One of my favorite Dan moments is when he told what's her name who stole his shoes.
Yeah.
If you were a guy, I'd hit you.
Yeah, straight up.
Or maybe he said, you're lucky you're not a guy.
Yeah.
She grabs both of his knees, too.
Yeah, right. And he's laying back.
Yeah, just the way Holly chooses to break to Dan the news that she buried his shoes. Just stare at him straight in the eyes, grab his bad knees, shake him. Diane! Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I threw your shoes in the ocean.
There's something I have to tell you.
Chill out, Holly. Jeez. Holly had some major Lil vibes, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
The Girl Scout from Wisconsin kind of attitude. Yeah. And she did a complete 180. She's one of the characters who most improved for sure.
180.
She did a Dua Lipa.
Yeah, a Dua Lipa.
She pulled a Dua Lipa.
A Dua Lipa.
A Dua Lipa
and the baby.
She pulled a Dua Lipa.
No, not the baby anymore.
And all
He's not the baby anymore. He's not even a baby.
All it took is one pep talk from Coach Jimmy Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And she did a full Dula Peep, yeah. And well, I think that's worth mentioning too. One of the things about this season, Jimmy Johnson, who's in it,
I'm familiar.
Somewhat surprisingly, the rivalry between the Jimmies,
Jimmy T and Jimmy Johnson,
and Jimmy J,
the
Rustled Jimmies. Some Jimmies were rustled.
I could coach better than world famous Coach Jimmy Johnson.
Hilarious. I just put me in, Coach. I want my playing time.
What? I've never. Smaller dick energy has not existed. To be on a tribe with Coach Jimmy Johnson, who's won multiple Super Bowls, and to be like, I could coach better than this guy. I could coach better than him. Put me in, Coach. Or just the whole time to be like, I'm just not going to be satisfied on the bench. It's like, dude.
Jimmy Tarantino.
Tarantino.
And then failed every opportunity he got.
Every time.
Oh, yeah.
With a name like that, you can't be failing. There's high expectations.
I just mean. Oh, also, he was a fisherman, and he was like, when they got Jimmy Johnson out, he's like, right, I can catch us some fish now.
Doesn't catch
and he couldn't catch shit. He's a fisherman. You can't
He ain't fishing.
Yeah, you're just not delivering on every single promise. But I think it's just truly hilarious to have somebody who's like, I can coach better than this. Super Bowl winning. There's never been a better coach on Survivor or person to follow.
There's been
except
one.
For Coach Wade, yeah.
The ultimate coach.
Do you think Jimmy Johnson is invincible, unbreakable, unbendable,
oh, absolutely.
unyielding?
Only one person has those qualities.
Me.
Coach Wade.
Coach Wade from Survivor.
From CBS Survivor.
Yeah.
From CBS's Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Also, on the negative side for characters, yeah, I guess you would call them characters. Purple Kelly. Again, we talked about the purple edit. Yeah. That definitely exists. There's a reason why it's called the purple edit, because what did we say? Her first thing was episode 7?
Yeah.
Something like that.
She did one maybe episode 4 or 5 or something, and then disappeared again, and then had another one episode 7, and then she quit.
Yeah. And then she quit.
Yeah, then she quit.
She quits.
Gets to be on the jury.
Although in her defense, I think there's been a lot of stuff that's come out lately about swimsuits versus underwear. Have you seen any of this?
Mm-mm.
Survivor apparently did away with the thing where you could wear swimsuit bottoms, and now you have to wear underwear for the 39 days, which has a much higher chance of getting a UTI.
Oh.
And so there's something. I don't think that was the thing with this season. I think it was that she was only allowed to wear her swimsuit, the opposite, where she asked for some clothing because it was cold, and production was like, nah. Stay in the swimsuit, which is why she's featured in Fabio's jacket all the time when she is wearing something.
Yeah,
it's Fabio's jacket because he was a nice guy and he lent it to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that there's probably something of not being treated all that well by production.
Yeah,
that
is
figured in.
good. Yeah.
That said, though, still
not surprised.
It's Survivor. You know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
And Nayanka she blew such a lead. I mean, as much as I didn't like Nayanka, it was undeniable. She had 5 different scandals, and she still stuck around.
Yeah, right.
And no one really even questioned voting her out. She was in a majority alliance. She had an idol, and she was just like, you know what?
I'm done.
Too much. I'm good.
I'm out.
And she gave that self-righteous speech, being like, I know when I'm not a quitter. I've never quit anything in my life. Blah blah blah. But this is my last challenge.
Yeah.
And Jeff's just like, all right.
Yeah.
Sleep on it, and I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
And then after that challenge, she didn't. Jeff was like, anybody want to give up their reward so somebody else can go?
And she didn't.
No, for rice for the tribe is what it was. And Holly did.
Yeah.
And Nayanka was like, nope, I'm going to go on this.
Mm-hmm. And then quit that night.
Yeah, and then quit the time after that, the day after.
Worst.
And that part is the part that really rubbed me the wrong way.
Crazy.
I mean, obviously she did a lot of really shitty things this season, but at that point, you already made a whole speech of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Even pretend just for a second.
Yeah, and there was just no awareness of anybody but herself at any time. So yeah, that was frustrating. But I mean, 2 quitters in a season
at the same exact time.
Same time, doing it in solidarity with one another. Almost
crazy.
That's also why I get the vibe that it was a production thing, because they did it together, which is such a act of unity.
Yeah.
That it had to have been for something. But yeah, that said, it's still rough.
Yeah.
To have two people in the jury phase of the game just
Leave.
go no.
Be like, no.
To
done.
make it that far and to just go no.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
This wasn't that good of a time. I really wish I didn't come.
I'll be honest.
But
I
yeah,
hated this.
I'll stay in Ponderosa.
Yeah.
You can feed me and
Yeah, right?
I'll take that prize money.
And to not have an ounce of awareness about it.
The
and
worst.
I mean, honestly, I guess that's the only memorable thing Purple Kelly did all season. So it's the reason to remember her. But that said, not great. But I want to finish up the outwit section. We'll cut to commercial after that. With, again, focusing on the brighter spots this season, particularly Dan Lembo that we talked about.
Dan on the zippy.
Dan on the zippy. So I, too, wondered, what's going through Dan's head? Like, he's had such a season. And, I felt inspired to cook up a little bit of fan fiction, I think. To see where his head's at, and just to explore Zippy and what it could mean to
explore
a fella like Dan, yeah. So this is going to be my Dan Lembo fan fiction. I mean, Dan Lembo fan fiction sent to us by somebody else.
Yeah,
It's not mine.
Yeah, we're not allowed to write the fan fiction.
Yeah, no.
No, you didn't write this. Somebody sent it in.
And if I did have fan fiction about Dan, that would be really weird.
That would be weird.
And there's a digital footprint.
That's why you don't, though.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't do this. That's why it was somebody. It was Randy Bailey on Cameo who sent this to us.
It's always Randy.
So okay, Randy, we'll read it.
Fine, Randy.
But here's some Dan Lembo fan fiction to hold us over a little more.
Lay it on us.
It's been 24 days of dealing nonstop with these jerk-offs. That crazy bitch Holly threw my $1,000 shoes in the ocean week 1, and it's only gone downhill from there. My knees are practically gabagool at this point. And I get at least 2 votes every tribal council I attend. All I want to do is go back to New York and kiss my grown son on the lips. Me and the boys just want a challenge. No thanks to that bozo Chase Rice. We made sure that bitch Holly and the other girls are sleeping with the fishes tonight. Which is objectively where we sleep. It's by the ocean and there's fishes there. Also my $1,000 shoes. The reward for our victory is a bro date in the jungle. There's chocolate and all other sorts of aphrodisiacs. Excusing a zip line. I eat more chocolate than the day of my daughter's wedding. I don't have any daughters though, only sons that I kiss on the lips. After scarfing my face with candy, it's time for the real panty dropper, the zip line. I'm hesitant at first, but it doesn't take long for me to warm up like some leftover lasagna in the fridge. In that moment, I am infinite. And I discover a fundamental truth about life. Beauty fades, but the zippy is forever. And that's our Dan Lembo fanfic for the ep.
Thank you to the author of that.
Whoever you are.
And honestly,
there's no shame in it, okay?
Yeah,
like sometimes we have fantasies about Survivor players, and that's okay. Yeah. Normalize it.
Yeah.
And I believe they did direct you to talk. You had to read it in the accent.
Yeah, That's what they said.
Yeah. Which I appreciate it.
And I hope that did justice to your vision, because it was great.
My needs are basically gabagool at this point.
Yeah.
These jerk offs.
Yeah. That bozo Beautiful. Chase Rice scumbags.
It feels like Dan wrote that.
Yeah.
It doesn't even seem like anyone else but Dan.
Maybe.
Could write that.
The username was gabagool69.
Username was Gabagool Dan Survivor.
It was I kiss my son.
Gabagool Dan Survivor. I kiss my
son 65.
So anyway, it's him or Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's got to be. So that's going to wrap it up for the Outwit section. We'll take a quick break and come back and do some Outplay section, including a challenge that Andrew did for us.
Yeah, you freaking jerk-offs.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
This season. I'm still in the Dan. This season.
This fucking season.
This fucking guy. All right. This season of Survivor is brought to you by peeing in the pool. Thanks, Fabio.
Don't pee in the pool.
Just don't pee in the pool.
You're not supposed to pee in the pool.
Are you guys anti?
I mean,
pee in the ocean?
Yes.
I haven't. Pee in the lake? Yes. Pee in the pool?
Don't pee in the pool?
Too far. See, in my opinion, it depends on the pool. Yeah,
I've peed in many a pool.
I mean, if it's a personal pool.
It's been a while. Yeah, I wouldn't go to
But a water park? Amusement park? fuck you.
Yeah. Like if it's your
Don't
friend's
you pee in that pool.
Fuck it.
See, I'm the opposite. I think it's more acceptable if it is a like a large theme park kind
There are
of
other people
setting.
around, you monster.
Well, I mean, that in my mind guarantees that there's a little bit of pee in the pool anyway.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the only one
in the
peeing
lazy
pool.
river. Get him.
Don't disgrace lazy rivers. They're perfect. They're the only clean spot in water parks.
That's what you think until you see a motherfucker floating with his waist below the water. You know he's taking a piss.
They're
Till I
called
fucking
lazy
bring Jack
rivers.
around. Yeah.
They're called lazy rivers for a reason. Bro.
Yeah.
You're just relaxing all those muscles,
Especially
and sometimes
those
a little bit of
ones.
pee comes out.
Everyone knows people be pissing and shitting in the lazy river. Everyone does
Pissing and
it.
shitting in the lazy river.
You guys
Man.
heard about those lazy rivers that there's just like beer carts that float along,
Ooh.
and you just pick up beer as you go.
Ugh, that's the dream.
But it's not. It's
tell
not.
me you're not pissing in the lazy
Yeah,
river.
That's the
drinking
thing is in
a
that
bunch
one
of
you're
beers.
pissing, but those are in like real rivers,
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
water
Oh.
parks.
Like
Like
once-
Oh, you're talking about like a tubing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if people
Sort
go
of situation, a little
kayaking.
it's
tubing
still
moment.
a lazy river because it's just you're kind
It's
of
a real river.
It's
moseying along a stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a completely different conversation we're
Oh
having
yeah,
here. then.
that's
If
fine.
you're
You
talking
can
about a
piss in
regular
that
river.
water.
Well,
I'm cool with that.
if it's a natural, if it's a natural setting anyway, like the ocean, the lake, or a river, animals be pissing and shitting in
Yeah.
there too.
yeah, well that's
That's
their nature.
Yeah, well, and then it's your nature too when you're in it.
Okay.
We are
true.
animals.
Yeah, but I think it's really when you cross the line into civilization is what I'm getting, is that's where the line starts to get a little bit blurry of, do
All
you piss
primal
in a public
instincts
pool?
go away when you're in a river.
It's like the handshake agreement
But
of
yeah.
being in a public facility.
Yeah, don't take a shit in the pool.
Are we saying?
Yeah, if you take a shit in like the pool, that's a huge no-go.
I don't know. It feels like we're saying water parks are humans watering holes, and it's just cool to piss
Depending
and
on
shit
how
anywhere you
look at
want.
it, yes. This season, bro, by pissing and shit.
Where can you do it? Where can't you do it?
It's so fitting for this season, because this season just pissing shit everywhere. Just has that vibe.
Survivor, pissing shit.
Jimmy J. : pissing and shit.
Shit in the lazy river.
That's the full title of this season. Okay, yeah. I'm glad we ate up some time with that. Well, number one, I'm not glad, because...
That was riveting. That was a good
Yeah.
Never has this podcast, now I've never listened to this, but never has it felt more like Joe Rogan.
Just pissing and shitting. Anyway, we'll stop saying those two words. But we didn't have... All the stuff I wanted to talk about in Outplay, we already covered, because there's nothing that happens this season. We're going to talk about the Medallion of Power and how idols didn't really come into play at all. And we did both of those already. So, is there anything else aside from the challenge that we're really dying to cover in the Outplay section in terms of... I mean, that's the other thing. No games really deserve highlighting, I don't think. It's not like you outplayed, you just kind of whoops to the end.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Everybody whoopsed to the end.
Yeah, or you got to the end and you whoops the whole time and you're not getting any votes.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
hard to say anybody like really played a good game, even.
True. Well, remind me what happened to Brenda again with her situation. She went home with an idol, right? Or
no,
she
He wanted to get sashes.
Sash refused to play the idol on her.
Oh.
And I guess that's what I'll say. I think Brenda was the one playing the game.
Yeah.
Because even when she left, Sash's gameplay like took a down turn.
Yeah.
I'll say Marty played for the first 4 episodes. And then in the course of half an episode spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
And never came back.
Yeah. And that's the people that were playing this season were playing so hard because nobody else was. Mm-hmm. So it was obvious. And then they became threats way too early and got taken out. So the main theme of this season, I think, was just kind of flip-flopping or just going with where the votes are, which is Chase Rice's game is in a nutshell.
Oh, true.
Is just flip-flopping and being wishy-washy and allowing other people to make the moves and just kind of claiming them as a number. Mm-hmm. And that's a strategy. It's just he didn't do it in a compelling way. In a way that made anyone feel good about it.
So not likable.
Yeah.
He's a monotone and just untrustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Not even from like a player's perspective, like an audience, like just watching him. You just can't. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
So
he's
not
unpredictable in a bad way.
Unpredictable in a bad way.
But no one. I mean, to his point, nobody even thought about taking him out, which I think is strange. There was never once like a discussion of like, well, maybe we just take out the flip-floppy person like that. There wasn't that discussion. So at the very least, he had to have been endearing in a way that we certainly didn't get on screen. Or that I just think that us as guys probably wouldn't vibe with.
Yeah. The problem was they should have let him have a guitar at camp. And everyone would have loved him because he'd just be singing all the time.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good country song?
The one he played at the reunion. I'm thinking we should play that as
Bus
our
back?
outro song.
I think we should.
Buzz back?
Bus back.
Bus back.
Bus it back if
Because
you're
I'm
a real
bus
one.
it back. Don't you know? I don't know those words.
Oh, okay.
Bus it back
Bus it
on a
back.
real one.
Bus it back on a cold one.
Take your truck out to the park and then bust it out on a real
After dark.
after dark.
Yeah, and that's a Chase Rice song. Congrats, we did it.
Thank you.
We made just as viable a hit as Chase Rice has.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll just do small venues so we're not super spreading like Chase Rice is.
We should make an album and do some live shows, but with no audience because we're not like Chase.
Yeah. Make it real COVID safe.
Yes, live stream it.
But yeah, Chase. We are no fans of Chase Rice over here at
Yes.
Goats and Game Bots.
Yeah,
Um,
get fucked, Chase Rice.
yeah. How we feel about? I mean, we didn't talk a whole lot about Jane. I guess we did talk a little bit about Jane. I think the most
Whatever.
savage thing Jane did was when she caught a fish and was like,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else was like,
She got
nah.
3 fish.
She got 3 fish.
Ate
and then
one
she,
herself,
Yeah.
brought the other 2 back.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Which is
she
still a nice
should.
thing to do. But she kept a whole one for herself because everyone else was like, we're not going to do it. We'll just let them. Sash had something about, I'll just let her catch me fish and then I'll vote her out. And it's like, you can't feel bad for somebody who says that when Jane goes off and eats a fish by herself.
Yeah.
True.
That's like beautiful karma.
Shit.
Remember the episode where Jane got it?
Mm-hmm.
She pours the whatever on the fire.
The water on the fire.
Pours the water on the fire.
Yeah.
And then just fucking explodes on everybody
Mm-hmm.
at Tribal Council.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then they killed
Liars
And then
and,
they killed her.
backstabbers.
him. Backstabbers.
I'm surrounded by liars and backstabbers.
Backstabbers.
That I will say, that conversation that she had where she walks up to him and she goes, "What are we doing?" And they're like,
Oh, yeah. They just don't
she's
do
like,
anything.
Yeah, she's looking at him. She's like, "Oh, so it's me then." And they have the discussion in front of her. And Chase is always doing that pussy shit where he's like, "Is that what we're thinking, guys?
Yeah.
Is that how we feel?"
Oh,
Chase is
other
always
people
doing
are
that
thinking this, not me.
I have no power in this situation. Is that what you guys are wanting? I'll do it if you
Right.
want. But acting like you have no power.
And the funniest part of it is because Jane trusts Chase so much, right? Like, you're Chase right now, I'm Jane, and I'm looking at you, asking you for an answer, and you're just like looking at everyone else.
Looking
Yeah.
everywhere
Look at
but
me.
Jane.
Yeah, just
Oh,
diverting the
what
blame.
are you like? Fuck you, dude. You're supposed to be your boy,
Yeah.
and then now you're not even gonna just accept that you're betraying her. Just
Yeah.
tell her. I mean, even though it's hard to really have a very likable person this season, like a truly fan favorite, because of course she wins the fan favorite at reunion.
Because she's the only likable person in the whole
Yeah, but it says so much about the season that Jane, she's fine. She's not that great, but it's just
In
such
any
a
other
weak
season,
cast. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's such a weak cast that we're like, of course, why not give it to the sassy Southern lady?
Yeah. Who needs the money?
And she needs the money, and
Yeah.
so fuck it.
But yeah, the whole, I think that encapsulates my feelings about both Jane and Chase of that scene between them where she's like, just give me anything. And but also you pointed out something good. She cried when the chicken got killed. They killed the chicken when she went on reward to get back with her, and she's like, they didn't have to kill the chicken. But
She's an empath.
Jane cried and buried a chicken. Jan from Thailand, another garbage season, did the same thing with that bat fetus.
The parallels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of, they're the same old sweet Southern lady in a season that's garbage.
Wow.
So Jeff was straight up when they were coming up for the ideas for the season, he was like, what if we basically recreate the archetypes in casting of Survivor Thailand?
They sit down and they're
And
like,
it's
okay.
even worse.
Yeah.
They sit down and they're like, okay, we gotta come up with ideas for Survivor season 21.
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. We have Jimmy Johnson.
They haven't even casted Jimmy Johnson yet, but they titled it that.
I like to imagine Jeff walks in, sits down, flicks his boots up on the table, pulls his shades out, flicks his cigarette, and he goes,
Joe Camel?
Thailand Part 2. Puts his sunglasses back on, takes his feet off the table, and leaves.
To Thai, to
And
land.
they are too powerless to do anything.
Yeah.
So they do it.
Mm-hmm. I have the best idea. Okay, heroes versus villains. Where do we go from here, right? We take a major step back in all directions, all right? We play it really conservative. We get the best star that this show has ever seen, and we make sure he goes home in the first 3 days. Like, just so many missed opportunities about this season. But
you hate to see it.
Yeah. All right, I think that's bought us enough time to get to our challenge. And our challenge this episode is based around a challenge they did in the actual thing. They had that giant rag doll. This is Dan in the big chair.
Yeah, Dan in the big chair.
Dan in the big chair.
Please
That's the challenge.
They put me in the big chair.
Yeah, they've got these big dummies that they have to
That
drag
look like
through
Jack
a course.
Black.
Yeah. Jack Black dummies that they're dragging through the course. And then the winning team gets movie popcorn.
Yeah, like
hot
movie
dogs.
snacks,
Yeah.
sodas, and stuff. But
Yeah, and they have to watch.
they have to.
They're
Watch
forced into watching.
Gulliver's Travel from 2010.
Starring
Yeah.
Jack Black and Jason Segel. My favorite Jason.
And so we figured we might as well do that for our challenge too. Andrew volunteered to.
I too was forced to watch
Yeah.
Gulliver's Travels.
As the GOAT, we forced him into watching the movie this season.
So I did, and then I made the challenge.
Okay,
So let's see how this goes.
These are going to be general trivia about.
We'll start first with a brief summary of just the beginning
Okay.
of Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah.
So Gulliver, Lemuel Gulliver is his name. Lemuel Gulliver.
It's
Lemuel.
like a Braxton sort of name.
A Benry.
This is a Benry.
We didn't talk about
Benry.
Benry,
We
but
talked
fucking
about-
Benry's name.
We should
God.
just save a whole section for Benry.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Lemuel Gulliver works he's a mailroom worker for a newspaper.
Oh, okay.
And he's in love with the travel writer played by Amanda Peet.
Okay.
So in the beginning of the movie, simple stuff.
Yeah.
Act 1.
Act 1, T.J. Miller shows up. First 3 minutes of the movie, T.J. Miller's there applying for a job
Yeah.
in the mailroom.
To travel?
Nope, in the mailroom with Jack Black,
So he
a.k.a.
wants
So
to
when
become
do
a
they
mail
travel?
Gulliver. Oh,
They're
the
not
travels are
traveling
on their way.
Yeah.
When does Gulliver travel?
In the first 8 hours of T.J. Miller working there, he gets promoted to Lemuel Gulliver's boss.
What? Wow.
Really worked his way.
So,
What is Lemuel doing wrong?
right? Gulliver then lies to Amanda Peet, plagiarizes writing, and claims to be a good writer.
Okay.
To which she answers, yeah, okay, whatever. You want to go on this trip?
Sure.
And sends
Whatever.
him alone on a trip to go report a story.
Oh, okay. He's a
Hey,
reporter.
Gulliver,
And that's
would you like to travels?
That's where the travels begin.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Big event. We're traveling. Traveling.
Travels.
All right.
Gullivering.
All right. Yeah, we're Gullivering.
So question 1.
Okay. Let's do it.
How does Gulliver end up on the tiny island of Lilliput?
Lilliput.
Lilliput is the name of the island.
Yeah.
The
This is
people
multiple
are
choice, true or
Lilliputians.
false?
This
True.
one is a multiple choice.
Okay.
People are little pussies.
Little pussies.
Sorry, go
So,
ahead.
how does Gulliver end up on the tiny island of Lilliput? A, he falls in a hole caused by an earthquake.
Okay.
B, he crash lands there.
Okay.
C, he gets sucked up in a water tornado. Or D, a godlike figure played by Anthony Hopkins puts him there to help the people.
Oh, wow.
This could be any of them.
Bro.
There's only one right answer.
Yeah. The Anthony Hopkins ones is so specific that it makes me feel that it's Anthony Hopkins. But then
The
again,
water tornado is also way too specific.
I know.
A
some of these-
water tornado?
falling in a hole,
That
crash
one.
landing.
Was it NBC's Big Hole?
It was NBC's
Yeah.
big hole. He just sailed right into it.
I already feel
La
like there's a
Brea.
lot of like misdirects. Like, who would have thought T.J. Miller would have been his boss in like 8 hours? I feel like anything can happen in this universe.
It's crazy.
So I'm not writing off.
Film.
Personally, I think I'm going to say the Anthony Hopkins answer. He's a divine being that sends him there to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the water tornado.
Water tornado.
Yeah.
It is. He gets sucked up by a water tornado.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Smart. Also,
Ching back in the lead.
Yeah, we didn't mention this, but you and I coming into this challenge were tied, 37 fire tokens each. So you've now advanced into the 38th position.
Still more
For
questions
now.
to go.
Yeah.
And Andrew, of course, gets 3 more fire tokens from what he had before.
Of course.
Okay, question 2.
He's tied for the lead.
He's at 39. He's past
I'm
us.
at 39.
Uh-oh.
By the end of this challenge, we could change it.
Question 2.
Yeah.
The evil little people kingdom attacks the good little people kingdom, and they start a fire as a distraction to kidnap Emily Blunt. The king, Emily Blunt's father, and his sire, James Corden, are trapped inside the burning building. Yeah. How does Gulliver put out the fire? There's no multiple choice for this one.
He pees on it.
What do you got?
He pees on it. He's got to pee on it. Or fart.
He
shitting or farting.
Creates a water tornado and puts it out.
So we got water tornado, and he pees on it.
Yeah. Shitting and farting.
Shitting and farting.
Shitting and pissing.
The correct answer is he pisses on it.
Yes!
And the people inside.
Yes. I knew it.
Is this based off like a very famous book?
Yes. Yeah. In which I looked up this scene. The pee happens in the book.
That happens in the book.
They stayed true to the original text, which I can respect.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the original text, Anthony Hopkins actually. Anyway,
I can't believe they removed that part.
Yeah, right.
It specifically says Anthony Hopkins.
An Anthony Hopkins type.
Hi, I'm T.J. Miller. I'm here to take your job.
Question 3.
Yeah.
What sport does Gulliver play against the Lilliputians? A. Table tennis. B. Foosball. C. Battleship. Or D. Mini golf.
Battleship is my answer.
Battleship.
I'm gonna go with foosball.
Foosball. The answer is foosball.
I think I do remember.
Because he's got the people. No. He's got his people on sticks, and they're just playing soccer.
That's terrifying.
It is. There are points where you're like, "What is this? This movie is spooky."
Yeah.
He could crush all of these people immediately. At one point, this is question 4. At one point, Gulliver has the tiny people create/build for him his own personalized Times Square.
Oh, okay.
Fully equipped with Gulliverized advertisements. Which of these Gulliverized advertisements did I make up?
Okay, so 3 of these are real. One is
made up.
3 truths and a lie.
Yes.
Awesome.
A. Gulpertone, a Coppertone spoof.
Okay.
B. Gulliver at the Opera, a Phantom of the Opera spoof. C. Gullspace, MySpace. And D. Glee, a spoof of the show Glee.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It can't be that one.
Oh, my God, man. Those are all... I'm upset that 3 of those are real. What you've told me is really upsetting. I can't get over the fact that at least 3 of those are real. They shouldn't be.
Okay, I have my answer.
Gullspace, Gully,
Gulpertone, and Gulliver at the Opera.
Gulpertone.
I'm gonna have to say, you give your answer. I'm curious.
I would like to hear your first, actually.
I'm gonna say Gully, because that's not bad. Like, that's actually decent. And the rest of them are so bad.
We also know that Andrew does love to make fun of Glee.
Glee, yeah.
I love hating Glee.
Are you also in Glee?
I'm going to say Gullspace.
Gullspace.
Because I feel like this was the era of Facebook really popping off.
It would have been Face
And
Gulf.
I think it would have been like Gulf Book or something.
See, I was going to do Gull Book, but I didn't. It's Gullspace.
Gullspace. Nice.
I was going with MySpace because I was like, I don't know. Gullspace sounds better than Gullbook.
So there is a Gully.
Oh, yeah. Gully is a real thing. I have the full list. I paused the movie.
And wrote them all down.
And it wasn't easy. I had to keep pausing it. These are the ones that I could make out.
Yeah.
So we've got Gulliver's Origins and X-Men Origins.
Yeah, of course.
We have Gull-Size Story.
Yeah.
West Side Story.
Yeah.
The Gull King, the Lion King. Gull, but like in the Gap logo. Gullex, which is Rolex. Gulpertone. This one, which is just... This one's called... It said Wicked, but or Witched, a spoof of Wicked. But it was Jack Black as the Wicked Witch of the West. That was the advertisement.
Had nothing to do with Gull?
No, it had no Gull.
Wow,
pun.
with all of these being so Gull-themed.
The rest of them are 00G, James Bond. G-Pad, iPad. Gull Lee, but it has a picture of him doing the loser thing that they did in the fucking show. Gulvin Klein, but specifically
I can't.
him photoshopped onto that one Marky Mark ad.
Oh, okay.
All right, no more.
No, there's more.
No.
Gulliver at the Opera. Les Gullivers, which is a spoof on Les Mis.
Les Mis.
Oh,
Les
God.
Gullivers.
Oh, God.
That is a stretch, my friend.
And also,
All of these are.
You tore your muscly stretched way too far on that one, guys.
last but not least, Gavatar, a spoof of
okay.
Avatar.
That one I can
God.
get behind. Is he blue?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's go.
It's the poster, but it's Jack Black's
It's like when
face.
Ben Stiller dressed up as one of the Navi at the
Yeah.
Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Classic.
Wow. Okay, all of that was terrible. How many questions we got left?
We're all
One
dumber for
question
having listened
and
to
a bonus.
Okay, so here's the deal. We've got one question and a bonus question left. We are currently all tied. We all have 39 fire tokens at the
that's
moment.
huge.
So anything moving this forward pushes one of us into the lead. The stakes have never been higher.
Or we
Stakes
can
have
tank
never
it.
been.
Yeah, so let's
Have a three-way
let's do
tie.
these questions.
All right, question 5. At Gullapalooza, a festival spoofing Lollapalooza,
Of course, yeah.
Too many puns.
Gulliver and the
say
people
it.
of Lilliput are attacked by what? A. A giant robot with the face of Chris O'Dowd. B. A sea monster voiced by Steve Carell. C. 3 actual giants that all look like Patrick Warburton. Or D. Aliens voiced by Stanley Tucci.
Holy shit. Wait.
Some
only one of
great
these is
options.
true.
Personally, I would love it to be the 3 actual giants of Patrick Warburton because that is by far the funniest scenario of them. Or I would want to see Alien Stanley Tucci. But I think it's got to be the Chris O'Dowd robot.
The giant robot with the
Giant
face of
robot.
Chris O'Dowd.
That's what I'm going to go ahead and say. I think that's a little person trying to take on a big person. as
What
a
was the
robot.
one after that?
A sea monster voiced by Steve Carell.
Water tornadoes. It fits in with the water tornadoes.
Oh.
And Anthony
Well.
Hopkins as God is not an option.
Chris, I know that Chris O'Dowd is in this movie. Is he? Because I thought he was one of the peoples. I'm pretty sure he's in this movie. So maybe he's the bad guy. I want to go with that one too.
It is a giant robot with the
Yeah.
face of Chris O'Dowd.
Yep.
All right, the tie continues, but Andrew's left in our dust.
That's a little person trying to kill God with a robot. I know that scenario. Very well.
If we're wondering how
We've all been
the
there.
Gulliver v giant robot battle goes, the giant robot gives Gulliver a wedgie. Gulliver then ends up on an island where there is in fact an even bigger person.
Oh.
It's a little girl. She captures him and puts him in a dollhouse.
Puts Gulliver in a dollhouse?
Yes.
Whoa.
Jason Segel comes by
Yes.
and is like, "We gotta get the fuck out of here, mate." Gets him out of there.
Mate.
And they head back. He has to fight the giant robot again. This time, he gives the robot a wedgie.
the robots wearing underwear?
He pulls the wires out from his butt to make it look like a wedgie. And then he goes, "Now that's how you give a wedgie."
Now that is how you give a wedgie.
Said I'm here for 2 things: traveling and naming everything Gulliver.
All right.
I'm all out of Gullivers.
And I'm all out of Gullivers. So
Last
I
but
must
not least.
travel.
This is my bonus question.
Bonus question.
I have
Huge.
told you guys before that Emily Blunt, star of Gulliver's Travels, had to miss out on Iron Man 2 because she was in
Yeah.
Gulliver's Travels.
She was going to be Black Widow, right?
She was going to be Black Widow,
Mm-hmm.
and things would have been forever changed.
Right. She would be in a lawsuit with Disney right now.
She would be in a lawsuit
Yeah,
with Disney right
for
now.
sure.
which is very coincidental. I've heard she might sue them for justice or Jungle Cruise.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So it's very possible.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
In a May 2021 appearance of The Howard Stern Show, Blunt clarified that the show, or that she was forced to appear in Gulliver's Travels because of a 2-picture deal with Fox. What was the other movie?
The other picture. With Fox. And this is 2004?
This is 2010.
2010.
What?
This movie is 2010?
Yeah.
How did this get
The
made?
season's 2010.
How did this get made? All those puns in 2010.
Yeah. What?
Wow, the balls.
I think I know.
The goal.
For a bonus, what you got?
Well, how do we do this? Because what's your answer?
Do you have one?
Yes. Should we say our answers?
You
want
to whisper them in my ear?
Yes.
I don't have an answer yet.
He doesn't have an answer.
Because what? Yeah, I'm just trying to make it fair. I don't want him jacking my coin.
I think I have one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, ready? 3.
Same time?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Devil Wears Prada.
They got it.
Yeah,
let's go.
Think
We
about it.
deserve this tie. It was genuine.
She was in one of the best movies of her career, the movie that put her on the map. And then she missed out on probably the biggest payday she would have ever received.
Because she had to do
Gulliver's Travels.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's honestly very sad.
Then she became Mary Poppins. And,
Oh, no, she's
And
still
now
doing
she's
well
in
for
The
herself.
Quiet Place.
and is going to be Sue Storm.
She married Krasinski
Yeah.
the same year.
And now,
Oh,
and now she doesn't
wow.
have to deal with bullshit Marvel stuff.
That is true.
Yeah.
Do whatever she wants.
That is very true.
And again, we'll probably end up being Sue Storm anyway, in my opinion.
I hope so.
So, yeah.
That'd be tight.
Give me Krasinski. Give me Blunt. My last little fun fact about this movie. At one point, Joe Latruglio, star of Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Yeah.
and I Love You Man. Here we go, Galaxy. Here we go. Ends up
In case you're unfamiliar.
engaged.
Yeah. I Love You
Ends
Man.
up inside Gulliver's ass,
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Yeah, that was bound to happen.
and you'd never see him again.
What?
What?
What? He's just gone?
He's gone. He's
He's
never back.
absorbed.
You never see him come out of his butt. Just
What?
gone.
Oh my God. Is that also canon? That's they kept that. They were like reading the book like this has to stay in.
This has to stay.
Pissing and shitting? Yes, please.
Pissing and
Both.
shitting and jumping up your own butt.
Yeah, yes to both. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for bearing through what sounds like a really bad movie.
Honestly,
Did you enjoy it or did you hate it?
it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't good.
Yeah.
I think we
No
should start
reason for it to be
another
made.
podcast called Not Bad, But Not Good.
Yeah.
And we just talk about
It's
things
just
that
most of
are
that stuff.
fine.
Just
I love
pure
that.
mid. We'll
I
call
love
it
that.
pure mid.
Pyramid.
Yeah, pure mid.
Amazing.
Or straight spud.
Emily Blunt, though, my gosh,
Yeah.
acted circles around Gulliver's Travels. It was crazy.
Oh, okay. Had no right to be as
Had-
good as she
she's-
was.
she
She
was
earns her
just-
paycheck every time, man.
Yeah, she's like, all right, I get what I have to do here.
Have you guys
and
seen
delivered.
Looper?
Yeah,
She's so good in Looper.
she's incredible. She's great in A
Yeah,
Quiet
she
Place
acts
too.
circles and everything.
She's only good in A Quiet Place too.
Only two.
She's shit in
She's
the first
shit in one. That
She's
scene where
shitting
you
and
had to
pissing
be
in the
quiet, where you had a baby, didn't believe it.
Didn't
Yeah.
believe it. Married to John Krasinski. Not buying it.
Didn't
Yeah.
buy that one bit.
Too unrealistic.
Like you
for me.
could land Krasinski.
Yeah, right.
The sound monsters I can agree with, but the chemistry between you two.
The Blunt landing
Give
the
me a break.
Krasinski.
Yeah.
Krasinski doesn't smoke.
Anyway, thank you so much for doing that challenge.
Yeah, dude.
Afterwards, you are up to 39 fire tokens,
Let's
and
go.
Zach and I are both tied with 41.
Let's go.
So a lot of wealth going on.
Leading up to Survivor Season 41 too.
I was gonna say.
Which we get in like a month, right?
Yeah.
Next month.
Oh, yeah,
Huge.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're
By
gonna
the time we do another episode.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, this is that was our challenge. That's gonna be it for the outplay section. We'll take another real quick break. Break.
Right.
We'll come back and then we'll do Outlast, and we'll finish up with our Babe Hunk debate. So
fuck
stay
you, man.
tuned. This season is brought to you by the Doink sound effects. Used a lot during those blindfolded challenge, and also just the general state of being of most of these people.
Doink.
Real doink heads.
True,
Bunch
just
of fucking
the brain
doinks.
just doinking around in there.
Yeah, you can hear it rattling around in some of
Doink.
the challenges.
Doink.
Okay. Well, we've reached our outlast portion of the episode. I think we're all ready to...
And somehow we've outlasted this season.
I know. We're all ready to rip this Band-Aid off,
Yeah.
I think. But the first thing that we always like to do is our Walk of Shame segment, which, again, we go through, pay tribute to each of the stinkers on a cast, and say what we think about them real quick. We've got a lot of people that I can't even remember on this season, so this is going to be interesting.
True.
But... Zach, whenever we're ready, let's get this Walk of Shame kicked off.
Speaking of outlasting, this is not going to last very long. I'm going to kind of try to crank through this. So first off, we have Wendy voted out on day 3.
Her husband was right. She was voted out first.
Absolutely. Just a weirdo.
A little weirdo.
He called it though from a mile away. He was like,
Super
honey,
weird.
I love you, but these people are going to fucking hate you.
Yeah, but you suck. You're going to go.
Day 6, Shannon.
Oh,
God.
piece
Oh,
of
yeah.
shit.
Fuck. Good.
Homophobe, yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Third voted out on day 8, the titular character, Jimmy Johnson.
Gone too soon.
Gone
Way too soon. Yeah, shame.
Coach. Fourth voted out, day 11, Jimmy Tarantino.
Best coach out there.
yeah. Really upgraded when he got off the bench.
Gabagool. All right, fifth voted out, day 14, Tyrone.
I like Tyrone.
Tyrone, one of the
was
few
great.
bright spots in this season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was sane on a tribe filled with insane people.
True.
Sixth voted out, day 15, Kelly B.
Oh, this
yeah.
is
Old Kelly One
Kelly.
Leg.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Didn't want to call her Kelly One
Normal
Leg, so
Kelly.
we called the other one Kelly
Nothing
Purple.
wrong with Kelly.
Yeah, she's just the normal Kelly.
Yeah, normal Kel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fine.
Seventh voted out on day 15. I cannot. Her name. It's spelled YVE. Was that
Eve.
Okay.
Eve, yeah.
I was like, Wavai.
Why?
Yeah. Also, didn't do much.
Yeah, I don't remember.
A
her
decent
names.
person, but whatever.
I don't remember her not being that good,
Oh yeah.
even as a person.
Yeah.
Okay. Another person I do not remember. Eighth voted out day 18. Jill.
Oh, Jill. Marty's Jill.
Yeah.
ER doctor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked Marty's Jill. I like Jill.
Marty's
just
Jill.
calling her
Marty's Jill.
I like Jill. Jill was nice.
Marty's Jill.
Apple's
Another
B.
bright spot.
Ninth voted out for sure. Remember day 22. Alina Wilson.
Ugh. Not Sarah Lucina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not
Don't
a fan.
barely remember.
Game too hard.
Art student. That's my thought.
Art student.
She's an art student. 10th voted out. Second jury member day 24. Marty.
Marty was fun.
Marty was fun in the beginning and then became the most insufferable player I had
Second
seen in a
most
while.
insufferable.
Yeah.
Grandmaster at chess though.
Grandmaster at chess.
Yeah.
Next 11th voted out. Third jury member day 27. Brenda.
I like Brenda.
I like Brenda.
Another
Only one to come
rare
back.
bright spot. Yeah, only one to come back from this season.
Yeah. Decent.
Except for Jimmy Johnson, who comes back 5
Every
more
season.
times. Every season after
Yeah.
this. This is what the fandom says. Quit. Fourth jury member, day 28, Nyanka.
The fucking worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most insufferable player this season.
Every time
Yeah.
you thought she'd make any kind of progress,
Mm-hmm.
jumped right back.
Yeah,
The biggest stinker we've seen since Scottsdale Rob, I think.
True.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Next one,
There were
Quit.
other ones.
Fifth jury member, day 28, Kelly, Purple.
There are people who had, I felt like, worse edits than Kelly Purple. Like, there are people that I genuinely remember less.
Well, that requires you to
Well,
have an edit.
That's true.
You also were so focused on Purple Kelly because we kept bringing her up.
That's
and
true.
Yeah.
Talking
That's true.
about the edit.
Yeah,
I just feel like got a hard rap for her name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think sure it's perhaps happened before, but I guess this was one of the more infamous ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Yeah.
a name like the Purple Edit,
Yeah.
Also,
that goes hard.
We're talking about her more than her edit talked about her. So.
they dropped other Kelly way early. They could have just called her Kelly. They continued
Yeah.
to call her Purple Kelly.
Yeah, Purple Kelly. They went with both, which was
Yeah.
confusing.
Just call her Kelly. She's the only one left.
I like that we're spending the most time talking about Purple Kelly.
We didn't
Yeah, it's
even
what
do
she
this with
deserves.
Russell.
12th voted out. 6th jury member, day 32, Benry.
Oh, fucking Benry. Pick one. It's
Pick
either
one.
Benjamin
Are
or
you Ben?
Henry.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This can't be real. His full name is Benry Henry.
No.
What?
No.
His full name is Benry fucking Henry.
No.
Well,
How dare they?
I guess we figured out why his name is Benry. Because it couldn't be Henry. Henry.
Fucking flat Stanley, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Benjamin
Christ, that makes me
Ben
angry.
Henry. Okay.
Those parents are evil.
Okay. So his
His
real
full
name
is Benjamin.
Okay. His official name is Benjamin Henry. He goes by Ben, and then I guess also
got
known as
morphed into
Benry.
Benry.
Okay.
I don't know. I still like the idea that his name is Benry Henry.
Yeah, Benry Henry.
At least on the
God.
Survivor wiki, it says his name is Benry Henry right at the top.
Excellent.
Okay. Spent too much time talking about Benry as well. Sorry about that. My mind is a little blown. Okay. 13th voted out. 7th jury member, day 36, Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A person. A good one. Best in a cast of otherwise terrible people.
I loved when she
like-
exploded at that tribal council. That was fun.
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh.
When,
Cathartic.
Cathartic.
14th voted out. 8th jury member, Dan.
Dan Lembo. Dan on the zippy.
Dan on the zippy.
We love you,
yeah.
buddy.
That's
Yep.
That's my.
Thanks for making this season
Dan on the
enjoyable,
If you ever
man.
want to come on the pod.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh, I would love
we
it,
should
Dan.
get him. Yeah. 15th voted out. 9th jury member, day 38, Holly Hoffman.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Holly.
Really
a full-
redeemed herself.
Yeah, did a full peep.
Did a full peep.
180.
Yeah. And again, really turned it around from
Crazy.
her first couple episodes.
Yeah, she made it all the way to. She was the final person voted out before final.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to hate on Holly.
Yeah. Second runner-up. Wait, we're doing everyone
Yeah.
but Fobs. Second runner-up, Sash. Who's
Sash.
not gay apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
don't worry. Shannon
whatever.
met his girlfriend. So, and
Yeah.
I quote,
Confirmed.
he's good.
He's
Yeah.
good.
He just real skeezy. Like a skeezy car
Weirdo.
dealer. He was the Brian equivalent in this season.
Definitely just felt like a robot.
And gained
Kinda.
the whole entire time. Yeah, it was awful.
Mm-hmm.
And our favorite.
And the runner-up with a vote of 5-4. Chase Rice.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, Chase Rice.
He was.
He was a Chase Rice.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck Chase Rice.
Yeah, not a fan.
That guy said it.
He's got Colby vibes.
Oh, hard.
So, all right, that's our walk of shame. Thanks for sticking with us through all the revelations and the deep in-depth talks about characters that were not featured on screen, maybe twice. So yeah, that's our walk of shame. I think to get into again our winner review as well as our loser review for Sash and Chase, and also Fabio, because I think it's worth talking about all of them together because you're rooting more against Sash and Chase than I think you are even rooting for anybody for most of the season.
Yeah.
And so this is very in line with that, where Fabio's a great character, but he kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. He
And-
won those couple at the end, and it was like, okay, this guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, he went on a great immunity run.
Yeah.
I don't mean to devalue that.
Oh, no,
And
yeah.
He's a likable person. Everybody, like even Nyanka, who didn't like him, voted for him, right?
Yeah, but everybody else is shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, whatever, sure.
He's the
guy
brightest
we
spot.
who changed his name. We changed his name on him.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. He was nice enough to let us just berate him with Fabio this whole time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's let him win.
This guy.
But again, I think it says a whole lot more about Chase and Sash and people, how they just rub people the wrong way than it even does about Fabio.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just because Fabio is a very likable person and he just had to be more likable than two of the most hated people in the game. And he had that immunity run to boot as well. So I think it's impossible to talk about one without talking about the other, where, if there is anybody more likable at the end, maybe it comes into question. Like if it's Holly instead of Chase or Sash, then maybe that's who wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a solid game. I personally really like the Fabio game in terms of, I do think the edit doesn't focus on it, but he downplays his own intelligence, or at the very least is aware of what other people think of him and plays into that and becomes a character, and therefore kind of
Because he gets a
doesn't-
little, quote, air quotes, stupider as he goes.
Yeah.
Just because he's like, oh, this is what people think I am.
Yeah. So why not be that?
Yeah.
And then they'll never
Fabio.
see. Yeah, they'll never see an immunity run coming. Where again, part of those immunity runs, there was one he was down by a lot, and he did a puzzle quick, and it was like again, it was the puzzle ones. It wasn't just the one where you had to stack the coins. It was like all of them. So I do think I've always really liked Fabio's game from that element of, I'm the stupid stoner surfer. They're never going to see me. And then really pulling out. Like, that's really what I did in my season when I won Online Survivor. So I really appreciate Fabio's game from that perspective. But,
Agreed.
Yeah. You want to do a little astrology corner since they are 3 signs very important to us?
Yeah.
This is our first Gemini winner, right?
That's right. Hold on.
Fabio's a Gemini.
Fabio is a Gemini, motherfuckers. I
Really
googled.
aggressive with it.
You fucking idiots! It's
Scumbags.
Gemini time, baby. Scum fucking bags.
Bozo.
I
Gabagool.
Google searched male Gemini just to get like the cliche whatever briefing of it that Google will give me. But the first thing that pops up is a picture of the movie poster for Gemini Man starring Will Smith.
Yeah. He's a
great
Gemini
example.
man.
That's a Gemini Man right there.
Imagine it with Fabio.
Imagine
I can't.
Fabio in that movie instead of Will Smith. I can't. So, according to Google, Gemini, enthusiastic, charming, and clever. The Gemini man is good at almost anything he puts his mind to and can make anyone laugh. Laugh right now. See?
Oh my God.
Add this to his light and inquisitive personality, and he has a lot of sex appeal.
I'd say.
Yeah. This is something else saying this.
Yeah, I did not write this.
Yeah, okay.
He's very friendly and communicative by nature, and this can sometimes be seen as flirtatious.
Well, yeah, I constantly think you're trying to get in my pants.
Oh, yes. And, I mean, I just love to flirt. It comes off as flirtation because it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, shout out Geminis.
So,
cool.
I mean, you were talking about how Fabio's very good at sort of reading how people think of him or perceive him, and sort of playing into what people saying and doing what they want to hear and see, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is the truest strength of a Gemini. We always talk about when people are shitting on Geminis because it's up there with Scorpios as anybody who doesn't know about astrology knows oh yeah, Geminis suck.
Watch
Donald
out
Trump.
for 'em.
Yeah, watch out for those motherfuckers. But it's because we're two-faced or whatever, but I think this is a perfect example of it's not necessarily being two-faced and more just sort of knowing how to bless you.
Woo!
Knowing how to make people happy and sometimes just telling people what they want to hear.
How to play the game.
And it helps that he was also a physical threat, so those two combined helped him win. You know, I don't think he wins without at least that good social game. So shout out to being a Gemini.
Yeah. Again,
shout out to the Fabs.
Putting forth the idea of what people think of him as and saying, okay, that's your perception of me. I'm going to roll with that.
Right.
And I'm also going to have a little more depth that I can pull out when I need to. I think it seems to be very in line with Gemini. I want to formally apologize on behalf of Virgos for Chase Rice. Because I don't get it. There's got to be something going on with that dude's moon. Or
he has just all
something.
the bad qualities of Virgos, because Virgos are great. They're not a bad sign, but there's a couple things every sign has that, right? And I think whatever, for some reason, he just has those ones. Not the good ones, being funny and and hardworking.
Yeah,
he doesn't seem he's very hardworking.
I don't know. Again, the redemptive thing we saw was in the reunion. Terry Bradshaw showed up, and that dude's a Virgo. Yeah, that's Virgo so to the T. That canceled a little bit of it out, but I mean,
not enough.
Yeah, and to Chase Rice's benefits, I think that the analytical mind of he was on the right side of all the votes. He was in the power alliance that made the decisions, called the shots for the season. He just had a lot of weird issues, in people feeling really burnt by him, or wishy-washy, or just
not good jury management.
Yeah, which to me feels like a moon sign issue. I don't know what that is.
It's got to be that moon sign,
like a Cancer moon or something. Anyway. Not to get too in depth, but
his ass is a Cancer.
Yeah, I think the only thing left to do is to get to our babe hunk debates for the season. Baby. And again, this might also be a pretty easy thing to do. But real quick, we'll play that intro.
Let's get dirty. Ha! I beat him.
Time to get dirty.
You said it. Let's get dirty, but it's time to get dirty.
Ready to get to today's challenge?
Yes, Jeff Daddy.
All right, let's get to Daddy Jeff's babe hunk challenge. Start with the babes. who we think is babe this season. I will say one of the things before we get into the discussion, in Thailand, we brought in CC Costigan. I think definitely in the debate this time should be Fabio's mom.
I agree, Fabio's mom. I have it written down, Fabio's mom.
Fabio's mom is a MILF.
I don't remember seeing... she came to the challenge.
Yeah, she came to the challenge.
She's blonde?
Yeah, she's blonde.
She's my vote.
Is your vote actually Fabio's mom? I mean,
I think so.
Mine would be Brenda.
Mine real one would be Brenda.
Brenda.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But Fabio's mom has entered the discussion.
Fabio's mom's
would like to formally submit my vote as Fabio's mom.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So it's Brenda, but let it be known Fabio's mom is
made an impression.
Yeah, made an impression. So we're gonna go ahead and give it to Brenda.
The tribe has spoken.
And now for the hunks.
Jeff.
Jimmy Johnson.
Honestly,
Jimmy Johnson.
Were there any Dan Lembo's child?
I mean, Dan. I think Dan, you can throw in there Jimmy T, Jimmy J, Marty, all these these studs, these absolute alpha silver foxes. I would get on my knees for any of these guys, let me tell you.
Well, Dan won't get on his knees for you because they're bad knees.
No, I wouldn't ask him to.
And he wouldn't make
Practically
him.
gabagool at this point.
They're basically gabagool. On a serious note, I genuinely do think Fabio's like a pretty good-looking guy. I mean, he's a model, so and he's a Gemini, so my vote is Fabio.
Mm-hmm.
My vote is Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and bring it for Fabio. But
outvoted both times.
I thought you were going to go Jimmy Johnson.
It's Survivor Jimmy Johnson.
That's true. But again, he was only in it for 3 eps. And we've got
Stole our hearts.
A model hunk who was likable and went on an immunity run to the end.
Not our fault that Fabio's so hot.
Obviously, clearly has good genes because his mom was mentioned in the babe thing too. So,
hot mom.
You should at least be happy that Fabio's mom ended up getting some of her genetics voted for them.
I suppose.
Judson.
Anyway,
Judson.
that was our babe hunk debates. Do we have any last and final fun crunches before we get to our season reviews?
I'm not
I can't imagine this season having a whole lot of fun crunch.
Yeah.
I think there's
a crunch or two.
Play the Chase Rice song as the intro. Okay. Or we could do the Jeopardy thing.
Do you guys see Jeopardy might have hired their host?
That guy.
And it's like the producer of Jeopardy.
Yeah.
My mom, who loves Jeopardy, said he did an amazing job. And I have no doubt he did an amazing job.
I'm Team LeVar Burton.
But LeVar Burton's right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. He's not
Aaron Rodgers is right there.
Yeah.
So
the
only fun crunch I have is this season does actually mirror Thailand in several ways.
Wow.
And that this season marks the 3rd all-male final tribal council, which was also Thailand and Tocantins.
Ah, okay. And also mirrors Thailand in the way that it's really bad.
In the way that it's not good.
It's really, really bad.
In the way that it's stinky.
And I think that's a perfect segue into our season reviews because I personally have this as the worst score since Thailand.
Yep, same.
But we want to get around to that eventually. Andrew, we'd like to start with your whale scale. And also we asked for you to do a whale scale review of Gulliver's Travels. I don't know which one it makes more sense to start with. You want to do a Gulliver's Travels review and then get into the season?
Sure.
Okay.
Gulliver's Travels was not terrible. It was not good, but it was not terrible. I found myself chuckling at some points, and Jack Black can carry a movie. The man steals my heart every time. Yeah.
Sounds like there's a lot of really good side characters in that too, with like Chris O'Dowd, Drake Gordon, Emily Blunt,
James Segel, Jason Segel.
Jason Segel.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? Jason?
Best Jason.
Over Sudeikis? Over Bateman?
Nothing against Sudeikis or Bateman. I mean,
Voorhees?
Sudeikis would be my second. Voorhees is probably like 7th or 8th.
Okay.
I was
That's
just
fine.
a Jason Segel fan before Sudeikis.
Sorry. To each their own, Jason.
It's very difficult. It's,
Mine used to be
apples and
Bateman, but
oranges.
Sudeikis is just taking it away. I would put Gulliver's Travels at approximately, let's say it's a beluga whale.
A beluga whale.
Okay.
Fine. Beluga whales do very little for me. I think ultimately they're kind of gross.
Yeah.
But they're fine.
They're dolphin-y.
Yeah, they're very dolphin-y.
They do very little for me.
They're fine, but not loving it.
And this season of Survivor, I would say, is an Amazon River dolphin.
Are those pink
dolphins.
ones?
Those are those pink ones.
Ew.
From
because
Jungle Cruise?
Scary.
1, they're a dolphin. 2,
They're a gross
they're
dolphin.
gross.
Yeah.
They're not quite as bad as normal dolphins, because these ones at least are pink, and that's kind of fun. But it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
AKA the season.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Are those technically whales?
No, well, see,
Yes.
it's the whale scale
Yeah.
because you
Oh.
aspire to be a whale.
Yes.
I think. And if you're good enough, you'll get a beluga whale.
The whale
Yeah.
aspiration scale.
You could put
What's
anything
it?
on the
Humpback is the
Humpback's the
certified
That's
fresh,
10 out of
right?
10.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the best one.
Perfect
And
score.
the
Best
bottom one
move.
obviously has to be propagated with porpoises
Dolphin.
and other dolphins.
Yeah.
and
Just
other,
dolphin.
Yeah.
Dolphin, straight
Dolphin.
bottlenose dolphin.
Yeah. That's your least favorite over the Amazon River dolphin.
Well,
At
they're pink.
least the Amazon River dolphins are pink, and they live in a river. That's kind of
They
cool.
look gross. They're like meth head dolphins compared
Yeah,
to
they're kind of
bottlenose.
fun.
Anyway.
do they be doing what the dolphins do? The R word.
Oh,
They do
I don't
that.
know.
Do the pink ones do that?
Probably. All
Probably.
dolphins suck, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't do that, then they're leagues above. All right.
All
Is
right.
it my turn?
Yeah, on your pitchfork scale, Zach, what you got?
Pitchfork scale. Given this season a 3.4, which
Ouch.
is very low. Yes, there was really not a lot of good albums that I could find, but I picked an album that is equally something I hate as much as I hate this season. It's Dummy Boy by 6ix9ine,
Okay.
which was the album that he put out, I think, right before he went to prison.
Nice.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Pre-snitch.
nice, pre-snitch era.
Okay.
This was his pedophile era.
Nice.
Well, I mean, that's
So
like
pretty
all
tight.
eras.
That's all his eras.
Yeah.
He's once a pedophile, always a pedophile.
Always a pedophile.
It's like we say.
It's as the
A lot.
saying goes.
That's the Goats and Game Bots saying.
But that's it. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Fabio's the only good part.
Yeah,
about
the
it for
redeeming
me.
quality.
And
I agree.
Jimmy Johnson.
I gave this season a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is straight spud.
Oof.
Again, the worst season since Thailand, and I think the only other one, like it's 13% Thailand, 25% Nicaragua, and then there's a big gap in between that I'm sure we'll fill out in the next couple of seasons.
Yeah.
But the next one is like Africa at like 55, I
Yeah.
think. So there's a really big gap between this and this is the worst season we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Do you have a 25% Rotten Tomatoes?
I just looked real quick.
No.
One of them's bedtime stories.
That's
a
only
great movie.
25%?
That
That's a
movie's
great movie.
great.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
love
you,
bedtime
critics.
stories.
Yeah. Unfair.
This is an anti-critic podcast.
Very close.
We're
to
critical of critics.
We're critical of critics.
Gulliver's Travels.
It was 25%?
Gulliver's Travels is 20%.
Oh, that would be so
that would have
funny.
been great.
Holy
Honestly,
shit.
I might
Change it
downgrade it to a 20%.
Do it right now.
Yeah,
I'm giving
it's
this
only
season
fitting.
a
Yeah.
Gulliver's Travels.
Because
Gulliver's Travels.
I'm going to dock this 5% and make it a 20% because that's only
it's
fair.
official.
And again, because I think the only redeeming qualities of this is Fabio winning is the best timeline. And even then, it's like,
It's only an okay timeline.
it's an okay timeline.
Whatever.
And Dan Lembo, who again, those 5% points that I'm dropping are going to be Dan Lembo because he was only fun because we made him fun.
Made him fun.
True.
He was not fun until all the fan fiction became associated with the man.
And the
So
zippy.
yeah, so yeah, I think that's absolutely fair. 20%. It's absolute garbage in terms of the cast. Nyanka, there's 2 quitters. Chase Rice also just sucks. Medallion of Power sucks.
Medallion of Suck.
The location itself is interesting, or not interesting. Pardon me.
Uninteresting.
It's the
Place.
opposite of interesting.
Yeah.
Again, mud and sticks. Jimmy Johnson is the whole selling point of this season, and he's only in it for like 3 episodes. And again, you're rooting mostly against people rather than for people. So
That's not the kind of TV I'm trying to watch.
absolutely,
You know?
like it's amazing that Redemption Island that we've started also isn't amazing, but it's leagues ahead of this in terms
Let's have
of
our
like.
boy B Rob. though.
Yeah, at least you have
Boston.
certain characters that you're like, okay, I can get on board with you. This doesn't have that. It's got like 1 or 2 redeemable moments. So yeah, 20%. We'll give it that. Straight spud.
Straight Spud, Gulliver's
Straight
Travels.
fucking
Yeah.
spud, dog.
Now that we have watched a little bit of Redemption Island, you got any thoughts, Andrew, so far?
Boston.
Boston.
The Boston beef is back, baby.
Boston beef, baby.
Yeah. Next episode.
Rumor
at the very
has
least.
it Boston Rob will be in town when we record this episode.
I heard that.
We've already got a lot of ideas stirring for the next episode,
know.
so I think it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah.
Be sure to
But
come back. We'll squash some Boston
Yeah.
beef. We'll,
I want to say it right now. I will be.
Oh, you'll
here
be here. You'll be here.
when
You'll be
Boston
here?
Rob.
There's no way you can't be.
There's nothing that will stop me
Nothing.
from being here
Are you
when
sure?
Boston Rob comes through. Yes,
You've
because I want
said
to
this
talk
before.
to him.
I'm
I've seen him in
confident.
so long.
I'm confident.
I promise you guys.
I promise it.
I've
All right.
checked my schedule. My no more dick surgery appointments.
Okay.
So I'll be there.
Good. All good. All right. Well, we'll have to see. So stick around till next episode to find out. Thank you for listening all the way through this one, even though the season itself was not a fun time. We really appreciate anyone in the Goof Troop. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Goof Troop.
I love you, jerk offs.
Yeah, love you.
Jerk-off.
We know we say fuck you a lot, but we don't mean that.
I mean it. It's
loving.
endearing.
I
Yeah,
hope
it's
you
an
end up
endearing
in
way.
Gulliver's asshole.
It's in a Dan Lembo way. Yeah, jump up your own ass.
Jump up your
Yeah.
ass.
But yeah, we roast you in a Dan Lembo way. We love you guys. So thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate you. We got nothing else for you. Head back to camp. We'll see you next episode.
Play me
well.
some Chase Rice, baby. Or it's already playing, isn't it?
No, it's
Chase Rice is playing.
Chase Rice song. That's my song. Freaking on that in a party.
Whiskey Chardonnay and a sweet soundtrack.